All right, everybody, welcome to the Amazing Race to Leaders Retreat 2016 Challenge. This is so stinking exciting. Right now, we have 57 people on the call. That's 57 people who are excited, motivated, and ready to completely rock their business this summer and earn a spot at the 2016 Leaders Retreat. So I love that Trisha and I are partnering our teams together. So we've got an East Coast team and a really strong West Coast team, and we've partnered together to do this challenge together. Trisha and I did one a few months ago, the Going for Gold Challenge, and it was, I thought, a great success. So we worked together well, and so you're going to see on our Amazing Race sort of challenge page, two of us really working together and putting out challenges for the group. Now, each respective team is going to be racing separately. So, for example, we'll all be doing the challenges together, but yet Trish has her own sort of cash pot for her team, and I have my cash pot for my team. So we're going to separate the money for the winnings, but we're going to kind of do the challenges and share the work together. And I do hear some background noise, so I am going to ask if you are on the phone and you're not muted that you do that. I want to make sure that we don't have too much feedback. There's a lot of people on the call. Let's see. I'm going to mute everybody again here. Of course, my guys that are speaking, you guys will have to unmute yourselves. So anyway, so that's what we're doing. So the Amazing Race to Leaders Retreat. You guys know all of you guys have been paired up. So you have a running partner. Some of you chose your running partner, and we chose some running partners for you guys. Certainly the idea is this business is fun, but is so much more fun when we're doing it with a partner, we're doing it with a friend. And so that's what I love about this challenge is we're going to be doing it together with Power Partners. You're going to be working with your partner. You're going to each be sort of challenged with personal challenges where you'll earn points, but your points are going to be combined together for you to ultimately win each week's challenge. And that's in fact what we're going to do is we're going to have weekly challenges that will sort of build upon one another. We'll start out this week with a certain sort of theme for the challenges. You'll earn points when you accomplish the task. The points will run from tonight, like Thursday night, all the way until the following week. So you'll tally up your points the following Thursday night. It will be the team with the most points will win the week, okay? Now, obviously, this is going to be on the honor system, guys, right? So we're just going to have to really keep track of your points and then turn your points in to us for us to be able to figure out who the winning team is for each week. Now, at the end of each month, the way that we're doing this is each month we're running a cash contest. So for the month of June, my team has a cash pot that we've all contributed to, and the winning team wins the whole cash pot. Trish has the same thing going. So her team is contributing money to their cash pot, and you guys are going, whoever wins takes that cash pot. Now that one's super simple, okay? That's super simple. The team that has the most new level ones combined wins the money. That's all there is to it, guys. So you just got to get out there and share the business opportunity, share the products, and add level ones. Okay. Now, the number, that is retroactive to June the 1st. So if you've already added level ones, starting June the 1st, those people already count for your team for the numbers to go, and then the contest for that will run until the end of June 30th. Now, I'm already seeing some chats here, so I'm going to see if I've got any questions. Oh, no questions so far. I would imagine that we'll probably get a lot of questions as we're kind of rolling this thing out. So yeah, so I think that was pretty much the gist of what we're doing. Again, everything that Trish and I are going to put together is going to be designed to put you guys in action mode, okay? It's going to be all about action. It's going to be all about getting out of your comfort zone. It's going to be all about sharing the products, the business opportunity, and being so super passionate about Plexus that you just, like, your head's going to explode, okay? So everything is going to be really geared towards putting you in that position so you can, in fact, earn that spot at Leaders Retreat. That actual contest will be launched at convention, which we're getting ready to go to convention. A lot of us are leaving in the next couple of days. And so they're going to launch the location of the Leaders Retreat. We do know that it's always in October. It's always towards the end of October, so we already have the dates. We don't know where it's going to be, so they'll tell us that location probably the last day of convention. And then they will also launch their contest and how you earn a spot. In the past, it's always been about who you add to your team, generally levels 1 through 3s. Your personal volume will give you points for that, as well as preferred customers. So earning that spot is a lot like what we just went through with the convention contest. So it's very, very similar. I will say, and this is super important, the way that corporate designs it is it's intended for everybody to have a fair shot. So if you just joined Plexus yesterday and you're just getting rolling, you absolutely have the same exact opportunity to earn a spot than a gold or a senior gold and someone that's been doing it a little bit longer. So it is a very level playing field, so anybody can earn a spot. Okay, so it's not just technically, you know, what sounds leaders. It's people that really possess leadership qualities, that leaders are very much emerging leaders. Okay, so that's sort of the gist of what our contest is going to be, what our challenge is going to be. We want to help every single person on our team get there. And I'm really excited for our kickoff call because we're going to launch into this with Rachel Anderson, who is a Sapphire ambassador, who's a good friend of mine, who we have met through sort of Plexus and being supportive of one another. She's got some really, really great information to share with us on what I feel, and I'm sure most of the leaders in the company feel, is the most important thing in this business, and that is a mindset, and that is belief. And I say this all the time to my team, that we can give you the tools all day long. We can tell you about IPA and DMO and follow-up, and we can walk through that success guide a million times. But without the mindset, the stuff going on here, without the mindset and the belief, all that stuff is not going to matter. And so really the foundation of being successful in this business is your mindset. And so Rachel, I'm going to really just kind of turn it over to you to take it away from there.
Well, thank you, Dawn. This is really exciting. I'm from Minnesota, so I'm right in the middle between you guys' teams. I'm really excited. Dawn, let me kind of creep on your page and watch your race. I'm hoping to share this information with my own team, and I thought, you know, that's kind of selfish. How can I help? And so she was so sweet to let me jump in here and talk to you about something that I'm really passionate about. And really, this is the only reason I'm a Sapphire ambassador, because I changed my mindset completely. When I started Plexus back in January of 2014, my very good friend, Wendy Carr Larson, who's this crazy, crunchy, chicken farming kind of a gal, and I was a chick at McDonald's getting a Diet Coke with my Big Mac. And so we had completely nothing in common except for a sweet friendship, and we worked together at a school, and she shared Plexus with me, and I trusted her because she's my crunchy granola friend. I knew I could trust her about Plexus, and so I started taking it, and she started trying to get me to share the business, and I was like, nope, I'm busy, I have 3 kids, I have 2 jobs right now, I don't need anything else to do. And she kept talking to me, and one day, we used to get checks in the mail. I got a $42 check in the mail. And I said, Wendy, I got a check, and I don't know how come. And she said, that's your commission. And I said, I didn't do anything. My sister-in-law bought some stuff for me. I had ordered for myself. And I said, Wendy, if I have to give this check back, I can't afford to. And she said, I promise it's not a mistake. Go cash it. Take your family out for supper. So we did that. In the meantime, I thought, well, that was the easiest $40 I've ever made. Maybe I can tell a couple people about Plexus. And I have an aunt who has a tick-borne illness, has had it for 30 years. Very ill. She's in her late 50s. If you met her, you would think she was in her late 60s, early 70s, really beat up by this disease and what it was doing to her body. And my sponsor had the same thing. And Wendy was feeling so good. I said, would you tell my aunt about Plexus? And so we had a launch in the middle of a blizzard in Minnesota in February. And the only people that came was my Aunt Bonnie and her family. But it cracks me up because that's exactly what it was intended to be. God knew that I needed to learn everything I could from Wendy at this launch, and my family needed to hear what she had to share. And so my uncle said the most romantic thing ever. How do I sign up? I want my wife back. And that began a snowball of just craziness that I was not expecting. And she is so healthy now. My dad started saying, "What's going on with Bonnie? She looks so good." "Well, Dad, that's that plexus I've been telling you about." And just started organically sharing. I started losing weight. I quit taking antidepressants. I stopped being this angry, crabby mom and started changing really what was going on in my body, started feeling better, had no idea when I said I just want to lose 15 pounds that Slim and the ProBio 5 and the BioCleanse, that combination was exactly what my body needed to start to do what it was designed to do. And I feel so good that I can't help but tell people about Plexus. And my aunt looks so amazing. Like, everybody can see that. And so they wanted to know about Plexus. But through the process of this, I kind of hit a wall. I went gold pretty fast, silver pretty fast. I mean, not like Celeste Gwen fast, but for nobody being in Minnesota ever hearing of Plexus, we grew pretty quickly. And I was a Ruby and looking at this business going, I don't think this is worth it. I'm working really hard. Yep, this is nice money, but I don't know if I want to keep doing this. And Lori Welch is in my upline, and she asked me to join a contest to get to Maui. And I love Lori Welch. She's such a doll. I don't know if you guys have exposure or if you're on her team. She's just the sweetest woman in Plexus. She's a diamond. Her hubby, I think, is a sapphire right now, Jeff. And she started talking to us about affirmations. And that was so new to me. I kind of thought it was a little crazy, juju. What on earth? I'm supposed to talk to myself in the mirror every morning? Like, Lori, are you crazy? But I trusted her. And so she got us really thinking about what our thought process was every day. I used the words stupid and idiot in my head all day long about myself. If somebody talked to my kids the way I talk to myself, somebody would be, hurting. And here I am every day saying, "You're such a stupid idiot. Why did you do that? Oh, that was so dumb. I'm so embarrassed. Why would you say that?" All the time to myself. And Lori really made us stop and evaluate what was going on in our heads. And you guys, when I was made aware of how negative my thinking was about myself, looking back at it now, like if I hear someone say stupid or dumb or idiot, it's almost like a swear word to me. And that word is not coming out of my kids' mouths. We're not dumb. We're not stupid idiots at all. But yet that's how I talk to myself every day. And there's a verse in Proverbs that says the power of life and death is in the tongue. And you guys, when you start breathing life over your own self, when you start breathing life over your children, it's amazing how different everything can be, because pretty soon your mind starts to believe what you're telling it to be truth. And if you're a big science geek, my hubby's an engineer, so he doesn't like all this, fancy talk. He wants the proof about it. And there is a book called Switch on Your Brain, Dr. Carolyn Leaf. It's the science, it's the detail of what I'm telling you about. Like, you can literally change the DNA in your brain in about 6 months' time. All of our cells regenerate, our liver, everything regenerates, and everything has a time frame, and the brain is about 6 months or so. And literally, you can change what is going on in the makeup of your brain by changing your mindset. That's mind-boggling to me. That's science. That's not hippie juju. That's science. And when you start to apply these kind of truths to your head, it's amazing how different your thinking is. And when you catch yourself talking negatively to yourself, it almost makes me either mad or kind of sick to my stomach when I start to go into those old habits. And so I have Charlotte Seams is a very, very dear friend of mine. She's from Oklahoma. She's one of my sidelines. We're under the ABARTs together. And Charlotte talks about belief a lot. This is kind of, this is her deal. She and I did a Zoom together, and she shared this with me, and I thought, these are perfect for you guys. It's 5 ways to build belief in yourself. Because if you start believing in yourself, you can really do whatever you want to do. You can accomplish pretty much anything. But we have the best markets on the planet, or the best products on the market. We really do. We have a compensation plan that is out of this world. I've done other network marketing companies. They got me deep into debt, and I had really awesome garage sales with all the crap I couldn't sell. Plexus does so much to do this well. Like, seriously, I've not found another compensation plan like ours. We can have everything right, but if you're talking to yourself and treating yourself like dirt, you're not going to succeed, because you're not even going to believe that you can sell, anything. You can't sell ice to a really hot man if you don't believe yourself. And that's the dumbest analogy I've ever come up with. But you really have to believe in you. I have to believe in Rachel, or none of it matters, So top 5 ways to build belief in yourself from Charlotte Seams. And if you want to follow her on Facebook, her last name is spelled S-I-E-M-S. She's a doll. Pastor's wife. She's got like 12 kids. I love her. Number 1, an awareness of self-talk. Yes, you can. Sorry. I don't have a door in my office, so somebody needed me. An awareness of self-talk. Helen McFadden had come to Minnesota when I was beginning this journey with Lori, and she said, what are 3 words you say to yourself all the time that probably aren't true? And that's when the dumb, stupid idiot really popped in my brain. And when I started going through this with Lori, I realized, wow, now I have an awareness of my self-talk, and I had no idea how hard I was on myself. So when you become aware of that, I want you to write those words down on a Post-it note. And then I want you to cross them out, cover them up with a Band-Aid, whatever you need to do. And I want you to write truth over those words, because you're not stupid. We're fearfully and wonderfully made. I am smart. I have something to offer people. Like, change those words. Give yourself some truth. Be really aware of that self-talk. If you need a jar, a quarter jar, and you tell your kids, every time you hear me call myself fat, I'll put a quarter in this jar. Your kids are going to be on you like there's no tomorrow, and you're going to stop and you're going to catch yourself before you say things like, I'm fat, I'm stupid, I can't do this. You put your 3 words in that jar, and you're accountable to yourself with cash. I promise you're going to be really aware of your self-talk. Then I want you to be purposeful about your self-talk. And this is when positive affirmations come into play. And this was the stuff that I thought was juju, but I have a little story to tell you. So I have a friend who's remodeling her house. Her name is Laura. And she went to our upline and said, oh, I really hate painting. I'm so sick of staining. I'm tired of painting. I hate working on my house. And she was encouraged to change those. Instead of when she wanted to say, I hate painting, I'm so sick of this, she said, I love to paint. I am the best painter in Minnesota. I can stain this trim like nobody's business. She started saying that every day. Every time she wanted to throw that brush in the garbage, she said a positive affirmation about it. Day 4, she's at the coffee shop, and she said, I can't wait to get home and finish painting my bedroom. And then stopped herself, what? 4 days, guys. She completely changed her thinking. She was purposeful about it, and her brain started believing her that she loved to paint. She totally tricked her brain. 4 days. So imagine something so silly that seems so goofy really made a huge impact in a very minimal way. So imagine if you start telling yourself purposeful self-talk. I am beautiful. I am enough. You know, whatever you need to say to yourself, I want you to look yourself in the mirror and I want you to say it to yourself at least 3 times a day. If you can find 5 purposeful, beautiful self-talk affirmations to say them every day at least 3 times, and within a month you're going to have regenerated some cells. In 6 months, by the time we go to Leaders Retreat, you could be a totally new person for real. And I want you to trust us on this. Dawn has your very best interests in mind. We want what's best for you. So if you would please be coachable and say, okay, even if you think I'm the nuttiest person you've ever met, try this. I promise you it will work. There's one kicker though. You can't use a negative word in there. You can't say like, I'm not going to steal. Your brain does not acknowledge negative words like no or not. So in actuality, if you were to say, I'm not going to steal, I'm not going to steal, you're really telling your brain, I'm going to steal, I'm going to steal, I'm going to steal. It's the weirdest thing. So your affirmation can't be, I'm not going to be afraid anymore. Your affirmation could be, I am so bold. I am so brave. I have something amazing to offer. That's the one kicker. Can't have a negative word in your affirmation. Next, you need to be reading personal growth and development books. And there are some really small, fast ones on the market right now. Eat That Frog. This one's really, really good. It's about procrastination. I forgot to grab the other 2 that I'm reading, but Eat That Frog is by Brian Tracy. If you're a procrastinator, if you put things off and you don't do them until you absolutely have to, this is a must read for your business. He talks about list making in here. I'm not a list maker. This book is really changing my life. I'm a Sapphire Ambassador. I don't make a daily list. Everybody's like, how on earth can you survive your day? I don't know, but this book is changing it. Go Pro by Eric Worre too. That's a simple read, amazing way to tweak your business and become really successful as a network marketer. And if you're embarrassed about being a network marketer, that needs to be one of your affirmations, because we are one of the fastest growing ways to make money in this country right now is network marketing. I boldly and proudly say that I am proud to be a network marketer. We are smart that we have made this decision. Spiritual growth. Whether you're a Christian or you just are spiritual in your walk of life, you need to grow spiritually every day as well. I want you to be reading a book that's just for you, whether it's the Word of God or it's a book that just encourages you in your walk. You need to know who you are. You need to know that you're enough, and you might need to repent and do a little changing about the way you think. And so if you work on your spiritual growth, apart from your personal growth and the development, those 2 areas are going to be really key in your success as you guys move forward in this contest. And the last thing, it's just super simple. Stop saying that you don't believe in yourself. Dawn's going to wash your mouth out with soap if she hears you say, I can't do this. Thanks for believing in me, but I don't believe in me. You can't say that anymore, because there are people that have overcome obstacles that we can't even fathom that are excelling in this business. I think of Christy White. She just went diamond last month or March. I can't remember. April, May-ish. When she signed up with Plexus, after she paid her $34.95, she had 17 cents left in her checkbook. Did she have some stuff to overcome to be a successful network marketer? Absolutely, because I don't even know that she had product when she started. You know, and that's just a Plexus story, but think of someone in your life that's overcome amazing obstacles. They could not do that if they didn't believe in themselves. And so your obstacle, whatever's holding you back, if you will truly believe that you can do it, seriously, guys, you can change the course of your family. We can change the way our kids think about themselves, the way our kids talk to themselves, the way we treat other people. You know, a lot of us now who I'm seeing on the screen, and I should look, I don't want to exclude if there's guys on here, but a lot of us are moms. And if we are talking to ourselves well and we're treating ourselves well, that rubs off on our kids. I don't hear my daughters make comments about their bodies anymore. I don't hear my daughters say that they're stupid anymore. Guys, me working on myself is changing my kids. And I'm so thankful, because did they hear me say, you know, for the last however many years, I'm so fat, I'm so dumb? Yeah. So what did that teach my girls about themselves? It really matters. If we can, you know, grow the finances of our family and have choices. When I took my kids to Walmart after I got my second check in the company, my first full month of working the business, I got a $175 check in the mail. And we went to Walmart, and they all got to pick their own bag of cereal. I have 3 kids, and they all got to buy their own pack of socks. Nobody had to share socks. That was huge. And I heaped that cart up with $175 that I didn't have to try to find somewhere else. And I knew at the end of the week, there was still money in the checkbook. Guys, that was a game changer for us. If you can be successful in Plexus, imagine being able to give. Imagine being able to, at Christmas time, buy a whole bunch of stuff for Toys for Tots and bring it and pass it off. This year at Christmas, we were able to help a mom with 4 boys. Dad left right before Christmas. She didn't have gifts. A friend and I were able to anonymously give money, and she could go buy her kids Christmas gifts. Like, imagine being able to do stuff like that. Because I don't tell you that so that you think I'm awesome. I want to give you a dream. I want you to think about, what could I do if I had an extra $300 in my checkbook every month? What could I do for my family? Could I pay for football lessons? Could I take my daughter to see Carrie Underwood? Whatever your dream is for your family, think about that. Write that down. Have a dream board. Have a goal. Have a vision. Look at it every single day. And when you're believing in yourself and you're trusting the process, I can't wait to see a whole bunch of you guys at Leaders Retreat. And I want you to come tell me, Rachel, this is what happened. You were right. Because, guys, I promise it works. I joined that class with Lori in November, and 7 days before the cutoff in July, I earned Maui. I became an Emerald. When I joined that class, that was a pipe dream. I had no idea that was even possible. And the only reason it worked, the only reason I did the work every day, the only reason I did my IPA and my follow-up and talking to people was because I finally stopped telling myself I was stupid, and I started believing myself and giving myself something worth shooting for and something awesome for my brain to think about, Rachel. So that's what I have today. I would encourage you, if you have some doubts, some fears, if maybe you need help figuring out a couple of affirmations, talk to your upline, message her, say, could you help me with this? Because affirmations are a different way of thinking. And I've really thought recently, like, nobody in this world dreams anymore. I was thinking about my uncle, who was a really good boxer, and, you know, Muhammad Ali passed away on Friday. And so this stirred up a whole bunch of memories for my family, because I spent a lot of time at Golden Gloves matches and in the barn while my dad sparred with my uncle, and watching them work out together and cheering for this uncle who was a really good fighter. And he graduated, he quit fighting, he went to the farm, started milking cows. That's okay. But I thought, what if somebody had told him, you know what, you're really good at this. I think you should take this further. Have you ever looked at amateur fighting? But nobody told him how to dream. Nobody taught him there's something else you could try that you would be really, really good at. And Plexus has taught so many of us to dream when we maybe haven't had a dream since we were a little kid and we said we wanted to be, you know, a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader or whatever that was. I don't know how many people out there in the real world dream. And dreaming is really important. Having something to shoot for is really important. And I look at these quotes from Muhammad Ali, and I wrote a whole bunch of them down for my team the other day. But the last one that I wrote down, he said, "I am the greatest." And we know Muhammad Ali said that all the time. I am the greatest. You know, he thought he was pretty awesome, and he could back it up. He really was one of the best fighters on the planet. But he said, "I'm the greatest." I said that before I knew I was. So I want you to take that in. And if you need to start doing a little Muhammad Ali impression every morning on yourself, saying, "I am the greatest. I am the best network marketer around. I have something of value. I have something people need. I am enough." You guys can do this. And I will see you at wherever we end up, the big surprise. I can't wait for convention, so they tell us where Leaders Retreat is so we can start planning. But that's it, Dawn.
Thank you so much. How wonderful, Rachel. Oh, my goodness. And so much of what you said, too, I think I was writing down thinking, you know, for our kids, too. I mean, a lot of us are moms, and to be able to really pour into our kids, too. So it's just so cool when we see how what we learn in our Plexus business and how we develop can really transfer and help us in so many ways in our lives. So awesome, 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 Rachel. And I want to say, too, I know for me personally, I started doing the affirmations. I kind of got in a stuck space, senior Ruby to Emerald, and I heard about affirmations, much like you, and thought, whatever, you write something down, you put it in front of you, what does it matter? And I did it. You know, I was like, okay, if they tell me to do it, the successful people are telling me that's what I'm supposed to do, then I guess I need to do it. And I did that, and they're right here on my office wall, and there's a whole wall of them. And my whole wall now is covered with affirmations like that. And I look at them every single day. And even things like, I'm a good mother, you know, like I'm well rested, I am healthy, my body is strong. I mean, things that I needed to be, and it did. It changed my thinking, it changed my business, it really changed my life. And I continue to have just anyway. So I thought I would share that too, because it's true.
Absolutely.
I can listen to them, and it is a juju. It really is true. See it every day. It becomes a part of you, and it's so important.
Yeah.
And it wasn't long after I did that, September, and then in December I went Emerald, and my business started changing. Everything started changing for me, and that was part of it. So awesome stuff.
There's a verse too that says, "As a man thinketh, so is he."
Mm-hmm.
You know, whatever we're thinking is really what we are. So if we change our thinking, we can become someone else almost. You know. Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Yes, and dreaming too. So good, such good stuff. Okay, you guys. So you guys got some. So that is again the basis and for this success for all of you guys to be successful is exactly what Rachel just presented. It's about mindset. It's about believing in yourself. It's about dreaming big. And when you get that foundation in place, the sky is the limit. And then we are here as your leaders to give you the tools and to show you how to do it. And really lock arms with you. And so we believe in you. And so now you go believe in you. Okay. So what I want to do now is everybody get your pen and paper out. I'm going to verbally give you guys your first Amazing Race challenges. Of course, we'll post it as well, so you'll have it in writing, but you get a little head start. All right, so we understand, Trish and I have talked about this, and we understand that a lot of people are going to convention. A lot of people are going to be on the road. We're going to be moving. We're going to be out and about. We're not going to be in our offices as much. It's going to be more difficult to do a lot of the things that we do on a daily basis. We get that. So we've taken that into account with this week's challenges. But they're also awesome. If you're not going to convention, it's a level playing field. So it's all good, okay? So this is what it's going to be. It's going to be all about action this week. It's going to be all about new contacts. Action, new contacts. Action, new contacts. That's the theme. It's going to be all about making new friends. So here we go. For every person that you meet, that you get a selfie with that person holding your business card, you get 2 points, okay? So you're going to be in airports, you're going to be, taxi cabs, you're going to be in the hotels and convention, you're going to be all over the place. It's an unlimited number of people that you're going to be in contact with. And it's very simple. Hey, I've got this fun contest that I'm doing. I'm with Plexus. Will you take a selfie with me? Here's my business card. You get 2 points every time you do it. Save your selfies. We're going to have a thread going so everybody's going to be posting their selfies. All right. Now, when so let's imagine this exchange. You get your selfie with your new friend. Of course, one of the things, if they're holding your business card, they're probably going to ask what you do, what is Plexus, and then all of a sudden you've got this wonderful open door for a conversation, okay? That's when you're going to have your sort of 30-second elevator speech, maybe even 15 seconds. I'm with Plexus. Have you ever heard of it? They say yes. Great. What do you know about it? They say no. Oh, great. It's a health and wellness company. It's been the most amazing health blessing for me, financial blessing. I just love it. Whatever you're just real quick. All right. You're going to start the conversation. With that conversation, you want to establish some semblance of a relationship with the person. You want to then start asking them, immediately turn it back on them. And you're going to start asking them questions. What do you do for a living? Oh, do you have kids? So you want to start engaging them, okay? You start engaging them to the point where you then say, I would love to stay connected with you. Are you on Facebook? Okay, so when you get that person to the point of you sending them a friend request, you're going to get 5 points. For every brand new Facebook friend that you get over the next week, you get 5 points, okay? And then if the conversation continues and you get to tell a little bit more about Plexus and what Plexus does, you're going to have, of course, your pink drink samples with you. That's super important. That's part of this, is you need to be prepared when you walk out the door with samples. And if you actually give a face-to-face exchange of a sample to somebody, that's worth 3 points, okay? So in total, if you beat one person and you can go through all of these steps with one brand new person, it's worth a total of 10 points. 2 for the selfie, 5 for the Facebook friend, 3 for the face-to-face exchange of the sample, okay? Now, let's say, you could just get a selfie and that person's only worth 2, or you could just make a brand new Facebook friend. So it's but you have one person could equal you 10 points. So the sky's the limit, you guys. Okay, so that's the first part of this week. The second part of this week is going to be continuing it's action new people. So you're going to update your Franks list. If you don't have a Franks list yet, you definitely want to get that. That is your list of people that are potentials, people that you think would do great with the products or do great in the business. These are brand new people. These are people that have never asked you about Plexus ever, okay? Franks stands for friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, kids, and spouse. So it sort of kind of helps you. It's a memory jogger. So you want to update your Franks list or make a Franks list. You need to have a minimum of 100 people on your list. I don't really think 100's enough personally, but we'll just make that a minimum. Keep, 300, lots and lots of people on the list. Always be adding to your list. So with the list, you get 5 points. See, but you have to update it. If you already have one, I want you to go through your list again and update. 5 points. And then for every single person on your list that you reach out to, you get 2 points. So again, it's unlimited for the week. That's super simple. That's a Facebook message that says, hey, I haven't seen you in a while, would love to catch up. How are the kids? You always want to be very personal. You may or may not know that I'm a Plexus ambassador. It's been a wonderful health and financial blessings for my family. I'd love to share more. I'd love to send you a sample and share more and get your feedback. That's just kind of quick off the top of my head. But it's a really short message. It's just opening the door, asking them for their feedback, asking if they want a sample. And you can do a lot of those because it's just a copy paste, okay? It's a make the message, you're sending it, you're copy pasting. Always change the first part of it because of course you want to make it personal. This is the relationship business. We never want to be cookie cutter and make people feel like we're selling to them. So again, always establish the connection, the relationship first, and then do that. So that's it. So that's really this week. All we are doing is making brand new contacts. All right. If you guys know, today I posted the link to the Leslie Zahn the 90-day success plan for summer. I love it. You guys were on that. The challenge was for you to get it, to print it out, fill it out. And if you got it done before the call, you got 10 points. A lot of you guys already did that. You've already posted that. That's awesome. I know some of you guys didn't have a printer and you wrote it out. I should give you extra points. I can't because I've already put it out there, but awesome job, guys. If you haven't done it yet, you want to go to the Amazing Race page, look for it, print it out, and do it after the call. It's worth 5 points. So you got lots of points, point chances there. Okay, so here's what I was thinking, guys. As I was looking at the ones that I had posted, the very first thing that Leslie Zahn has on there is a gauge for new people. It was like the very first column. So if you think about it, that's the first thing that she's put on this list for the 90-day plan. So reaching out to new people and being in action mode is obviously very, very important and crucial to a success plan. And what I was noticing was a lot of people on that sort of like daily, they were putting numbers like 1 and 2, and some people were leaving it blank. And then I saw a few 5s. Here's what I'm going to tell you guys. This is where I'm going to get real with y'all. 5 new people a day, especially for this week for our challenge, should be an absolute bare minimum, okay? We're talking about, we want you at Leaders Retreat. We want you successful. We want you going all the way to the top. And the way that you do that is you've got to be bold, you've got to be courageous, you've got to be passionate, and you've got to just go all out, all in, and just go gangbusters. So I'm challenging you guys. Every single one of you need to have the number 10 in that spot. I'm talking 10 people a day. Find a way to reach out to 10 people a day. That should be your minimum, okay? And then it's a point challenge. So I mean, the sky's the limit. I mean, I'm thinking you guys are out and about, especially you guys that are getting ready to go to Las Vegas. There's thousands of people at your fingertips constantly. I mean, you could get up into the the 10s, the 20s, the 30s every day. So I want you guys to really go for it. I want your mindset to be such that average is not acceptable. Okay, guys? You want to be just going for it and going for it hardcore, and you've got a partner to do it with you. If you've got a partner to hold you accountable, to be there for you, to get excited with you, and it makes it that much better. All right? I've got 27. Oh my gosh, I have 27 messages on chat. Okay, I'm going to stop recording now and look at these messages. Okay, guys.